To another demo of Lottie Creator. We're gonna get started by doing an airport scene, and then you get to see all the different tools that I use to create that. So just a quick reminder: we got these three buttons on the screen. The add widget allow you to add a widget to your screen, and that way, when you draw something, you can just put it on the widget. Becomes readily available. The second one is the help button, contains several tutorials as well as a user manual. I highly encourage that you use it so you know how to use the app. With that, let's get started. So we're gonna create an airport scene. So click anywhere on the screen to get rid of this advertisement, and we're gonna start by picking up a airport terminal. So we will search for that, and you could see that we can find it, and that's the airport terminal. But this is not animated. We created a different animation for airport, so let's pick up the animated version. And the only difference is that this one has a light on top, kind of like airport lights. So we'll place that on the screen by making sure that we get the proper thickness. So we'll place that. And what we'll do is we'll grow that scene, airport. This is a terminal one. We'll create another terminal. And for that, we'll just put another stamp. And then we'll go into highlight it. Just, highlight it by long clicking it or by using the marquee from the quick menu. Once you get that highlighted, you can click Animation Studio. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut off the tower because we don't need two towers for an airport. So what we'll do is we'll just use a marquee, go around this and try to not to touch the other one, and then cut it. And now we got that. Maybe we got a small piece here. Let's cut that piece out and cut. Okay, so that's good enough. We'll take that and we will exit, click finish, and that's what you get there. So what we'll do is we'll put this airport next to that one, and we'll just put them together, align them next to each other, kind of like align the bottom. Okay, and that's it. Let me just put another one accidentally, so let's remove that one. Okay, so now we got those two terminals. Let's designate them as terminal 1 and terminal 2. What we'll do is we'll create a text file, a text item. We'll go to text. We'll select from, I guess I deleted the history, so what we'll do is we'll put T1, and we'll make it a size 48, and just keep it as, well, make it bold. And let's see, black color, that's good enough. Let's do that, place that on the screen. Let's do another one and do for terminal 2. And we'll just click that one and we'll add terminal 2. And we'll add that. So what we'll do is we'll, in order for us to just, since the letters are too small, I'm not just gonna drag them. I mean, dragging them will make, you can do that, but it's just a bit difficult because the drag area is too small. So what we'll do is we'll just copy them and paste them in a location on each one of the airports. So what we'll do is we'll just go and say, give me a marquee. You can surround that with the marquee and then say copy, and then go to the airport and paste it. So we'll paste it right there. Oh, one thing that I wanted to highlight before I do this is you actually need to bring it up front, so that we did paste it, but it went behind. So what we'll do is the first step to do is when you highlight it is you bring it to the front. So let me move the airport away, and I pasted several of them. So let's go and just select them all and delete them. Okay, now we got rid of them. Let's go bring the airport back. And let's go get the T1. So this is the right procedure. What you do is you select it. So let's just use the marquee. We select it. And the next step we'll do is we'll go to files and we say bring to front. So now it becomes on top of everything. And this way you can just copy and paste it. And you paste it right there. And you can see that it pastes immediately. We could do the same for T2. So what we'll do is we'll go and we'll get the marquee, and or you could just long click it, same thing, and we just say files, bring to front. Okay, so it's brought up to the front. We can copy and we can paste it, and we'll add it right there. Okay, so now I've got terminal 1 and terminal 2. You can just shuffle them around. Actually, it will be easier to just good enough, just leave them like that. All right, so let's align the airports. One thing we need to do is make it a little bit prettier. Let's just get some lights and post them on the airport. And what we'll do is we'll go to shapes, tools, and go to, and then search for lights. I'm looking for these specific lights, series lights I call them. So we'll do that, we'll put them there. So they're too big obviously, so what we'll do is we'll shrink them, we'll highlight those, and just drag them to make them small enough. And we'll put them in between both terminals. And what we'll do is we will drag this terminal over and position it. Try to see if we can move this guy around. And let's put it on top of this door. And that's good enough. So now, as you know, each one of these, let me get rid of this T1, T2 that we left out there. So we'll do select, we'll do that. And we'll delete those. Delete those. Okay, so now, as I mentioned before, so you got these two terminals. Each one is separate by itself. And you got these T1 and T2s and, designation for each terminal. But they are separate pieces. So if you move one, the piece will be left behind. Or you can move them together. You can just get the marquee and you can just do this. And you can move all of them together, which is, just fine. You could do that. However, the best thing to do is really to kind of link things together. So what I'll do is I will link the T1, I'll highlight it. I'm just going to go to animation and click link stamps. So I will link it. Here I'll choose it and I'll link it to the airport. So the airport now has one child. And if I move it, they move together. But as you note, the light is still there. So we can also link the light. Let's link the light. What we'll do is we go link stamps, click the light, and click the airport. Now they should move together again. And you can see they move together. So let's do the same for the other terminal. And take this terminal. Well, we'll do animation, link stamp, we'll click on this terminal. Okay, we're linking T2 to this terminal. So now this guy has 3 children, which is the T1, T2, and the lights. And we'll add one more child, which is the actual terminal. And what we'll do is we will do link terminal, link this guy, and link it to this guy. So now it has 4 children. As you can see, now I don't need to, it all became one piece. So if I select it, they all go together. That's good. One more thing I could do is I can just add a nice scenery. So what I'll do is I will go to tools, pick up another stamp for a tree, find, next, and I'll pick up this tree. This is probably too big, so let me put it here. Still big. Let's shrink it a bit. And shrink it, move it, put it here. And I will link it to the terminal, so that makes the terminal looks good. So what I'll do is animation, This tree has been giving me trouble, but let's see if it works. Link, click it, and click it. Very good. So now we got 5 children tied, and if I move them around, they all move together. So they became one stamp. So this is good because this is what you want to do. You want to make sure that they kind of link together, otherwise they're individual pieces. So one other thing that I'd like you to learn about is sometimes you may be animating something and you may accidentally hit the airport, and then you end up animating the airport, which makes it move around the screen. You don't want that. So what we'll do is we'll freeze the airport, and that's what we call here is you see this button that says do not animate. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this button and then make sure. So what we'll do is like just go put the marquee around the whole thing, even though it should work without that, but let's just do. And now we selected 6 items and they all are frozen and parked. In other words, you can't move them anymore. They're locked in place. You cannot animate. So if I try to animate it, it's going to tell me you can't animate it because this is locked in place. So with that in mind, let's now create the scene around the airport. First of all, we're going to create 2 runways. We're going to put planes on them and make them animated. We're going to make 2 highways for cars to be running near the airport. So to do that, we go to shape and we select. I have a button here called more, which has more buttons in it. So we'll create a horizontal highway. We'll choose the highway to be a color of, let's just say red. And to do that, we'll shrink the thickness so that the highway doesn't become too huge. Make it small enough. And what we'll do is we'll do a line, and that makes 1 highway. Let's add another line for another highway. This is actually a runway that goes in front of the airport. We'll put another runway that goes behind the airport. Typically, they all are behind the airport, but for the sake of this demo, we just make it that way. Let's just make a second runway. Let's choose blue. And in this case, we will do another runway, and we will pick up the horizontal highway or runway, and we'll put it behind the airport, and it goes behind. Since the airport isn't actually a stamp, you can't write on a stamp, but it goes behind. So that's where that is. Let's adjust a little bit red runway a little bit because it's kind of short. So what we'll do is we'll just long click it and drag it and make it stretch across. And we could just move it a bit. So allow room for pedestrians to be walking near the airport. And for that, we'll create another horizontal highway. And this wise will make it green, and that's for pedestrians. And we'll make it smaller. So what we'll do is like it's at 19, we shrink it to like 10. And we'll just do that. Oops, we didn't do that. Undo. We'll go to shapes and more horizontal highway, and we'll do that. That's where pedestrians are going to walk. And you can actually change the dashes and stuff, but for now we're just going to leave it as is. And we add one more. We'll add another highway at the bottom for cars. So let's do that. Shapes. We go here. Let's choose a different color too. So we'll just pick up a yellow, I suppose. Pick up or orange. And let's make this a bigger highway. So let's go to maybe 25. Yeah, that's good enough. That's going to fill up the whole bottom. And what we'll do is we already chose orange orange highway, and we'll go select this guy, and we select the horizontal highway, and we'll put a line in the middle. Oops, we didn't select the highway again. I'll try it one more time. Horizontal highway. Okay, it's active, and we'll put that line away. Undo. Oops, quick undo. All right, so we'll do we go. Okay, so now we got the orange one is the cars. We got two. We got the pedestrians one. Let's move this guy away, so make sure we see what we're doing. Oh, it's locked in place, so we can't move it. All right, good enough. Let's just keep going with this. So now what we'll do is we will put our animations on. And so let's start with animation, and we're going to put our planes. So go to tools, and we're going to say customs. So we're going to pick up this plane and make it a little big enough. Let's just see it good enough. Yep. Okay, so let's put that on the runway. I'll just put it here and put another one. No, it's too small. Let's make it bigger. And let's move it, position it correctly. And then put another one. I'll put it right there. So this is facing the other direction, but once you start creating your path, they all follow the path. And then what we'll do is we'll put a bunch of people near the airport and a bunch of cars traveling down the highway. So let's add a bunch of people. I suppose I search for men. Find, not this one. Let's go search for next. Not a male man. Okay, let's take this guy. Let's make sure he's sized correctly. Let's put him there. Too big. Maybe half of that. Okay, and we'll do is we'll add more. So let's add these people, a man and a woman. Put them there. And we'll add, I see, is that a policeman or pilot? Let's add a pilot since we're at the airport. Find, okay, we put a pilot. And we'll add stewardess. Try, do I have that? Yep, stewardess. Put that one next to him. She's kind of taller, so let's adjust her size. All right, so maybe for now it's good enough. We can add more people later, and we can animate them. So let's create the car scenery. We go there and we say car. Find, and we'll pick up this car. Let's see, it's big enough. Good enough. We'll add more cars. Next, pick up this one. Next, I'll add that one. And we'll go, few go in the other direction. And this guy. That guy. This guy. Good enough. All right, so we got the cars, we got the planes. Next, we're gonna create the sky. Let's go to the sky and move this away by dragging it anywhere. And then what we'll do is we'll put the sky, to make the sky, I like to make it like rainy and snowy. So what we'll do is we'll create a kind of like gloomy, dark, gloomy day. And what we'll do, we'll pick up shapes. We're gonna pick up a square. And let's make the square get filled automatically so I don't have to fill it. We'll go to physics menu, and we're gonna say here there's an option to checkbox autofill. See that option, autofill? So we'll click that one. So when we draw a shape, it will get autofilled. and we'll take the square, but let's make sure the color is correct. We said we're gonna make it rain and stuff, so what we'll do is we'll go to the middle, pick up, maybe this is a gray day, we'll click that, and what we'll do is we'll draw a square all around, and that gets filled. It leaves a little bit of a gap there, so what we'll do is kind of stretch it a little bit and go beyond. What I'll do is I highlight it, I'll iconize this, so make it bigger on this side, and good enough like that. Bring it back. Okay, so now we got the background of the sky, and what we'll do is since it's going to be a dark, gloomy day, what we'll do is we will put some clouds, and then we'll make it snow and rain. And so let's add some clouds and go to tools and search for cloud. Find, okay, so this is one. Let's go for another one. Let's go for a third one. Now I have some dark clouds that I want to embed within those. So let's go to the tools again, and then go to custom, and I will add this dark cloud that I created using the animation studio. Oh, well, I guess I didn't. All right, so it's good enough for now. You can actually turn these into darker clouds if you wanted to, and by going to the animation studio. So let's kind of also make them bigger, so you don't have to put too many. Okay, and then what we'll do is we'll add a moon. How about using, we can add a moon like a circle. So we'll go to shape, and we'll add a circle. Well, actually, let's just go create the colors. So we're gonna create a bunch of colors, and the moon, gonna make it yellow, and add another color to it, orange, and maybe add one more color, another lighter yellow, and we'll make that a repeat. We'll make that, this is a shader that we're creating, and we'll make that a multiply or screen, one of those, and we say apply. Now what we do is we go create a circle shape. Let's see if we can create a circle. So it gets filled with the shader color. We'll put it in the corner here. And as you can see, the shader is, the colors we chose is like going through it. I will make this guy rotate. So we'll go to animation, and we'll go to rotate. And where's my rotate button? Here it is, rotate, and then we'll make him, oops, see that I didn't, that's the thing that I wanted to warn you about. We have to freeze the screen, otherwise it will rotate. So, okay, so then I skipped an option. So one option that I wanted to show you is an important option, is the fact that to avoid the problem you just saw, is you go and you say, okay, I'm going to the select menu, select the marquee, and what we'll do is we're going to freeze this is frozen now. So now when I rotate, it won't accidentally rotate the background. Let's do the same for the highways. So we select the highway, let's click it, and we say do not animate. And it should say it's parked and locked. Let's do the same here. Do not animate. And we'll do the same for the last highway. You just highlight it and click do not animate. So that way you can't accidentally animate them. So now let's go back and try to see if we successfully locked the sky in place by rotating the circle. Let's see if we can do that. Tools. Somehow, sometimes circles don't rotate because you can't really see them much when they rotate. It's good to do that for a square, but let's give it a try. And we go to animation, and we go to rotate. And where's rotate? Did I skip it? No, not yet. rotate. Yeah, I didn't lock it. Undo. Okay, so circles are like transparent. They don't work. So good enough. Just leave it like that. But I wonder why I gotta figure out why this thing did not lock in place. We're gonna go back and give it another try. And this is it. And do not animate. Let's say it says selection frozen. Okay, so hopefully it is. All right, so let me show you how you do the animations now. Well, let's animate the people. Animation, we're gonna go to animation. No, you click on this animation, and we're gonna make the people pace. And so, or run pace allows them to pace in place. So let's just take the man and a woman, and make them pace. And we're gonna pace to a small distance, and we say go. They are going too fast, so what we'll do is we'll slow them down, and we're gonna change. We're gonna go into the physics menu, and we're gonna go there and say, hey, change the word speed. This speed applies to everybody, so we're gonna shrink it a little bit, and you can see they slow down, and that's good enough. They're moving in place. Now we'll do the pilot and the stewardess also shake. Not shake, I mean bounce. Pace, I'm sorry. And we'll make them pace a little bit longer distance. And stewardess, so but they're moving too fast. Again, we'll shrink them down in turn. There's two ways to do it. You can just, let's go back to the physics menu and shrink them, slow them down a bit. And we go and say slow down, and they're supposed to have slowed down, but we can slow them down further. For the man with the suitcase, we'll make him walk across the screen, the whole road, and what we'll do that shape. Actually, we'll go to animation. I will just say run and stop. So he's gonna run and stop. Now he's going backwards, but that's okay. When he hits the end of the screen, he comes back, and that's good enough. All right, so we got people moving around, and I'm doing this in a fast, so if you spend your time on it, you can actually get a much better visual. So let's do another thing is let's make the clouds move in the sky to the left. So to do that, we're gonna go in the physics menu, and we're gonna say, okay, let's go from here, and we're gonna pick up the clouds. So let's see where the clouds are. You can sort them by alphabetical order, or you can sort them by placement. So the last thing that we placed was the clouds, and what we'll do, we're gonna make this cloud the cloud number 3, and which is the last one there. It's highlighted, as you can see, it's highlighted, and we make it go to the left, and we'll make it go to the left. We click on left, and we'll make go in a horizontal only. So now the cloud will go horizontal to the left. We'll pick up the next cloud, we'll do the same thing, and it will make it go. It is already set for left, and I will make it go to horizontal only, and then I'll do the third, cloud 3, and make it go horizontal only. So now all these clouds, you see, notice something, they bounce back. And we don't want them to bounce back because we set object collisions. We remove object collisions, and so they don't collide with each other. And let's remove autofill because if in case we fill something, we don't want it to behave differently. And we're gonna make them wrap around. So that cloud is going the wrong direction, but that's okay. So we'll set it back up. Let's go okay. So now he's back. They're still going. Let's see. They're still bouncing. They shouldn't bounce. Cloud 3. Let's go to cloud 1. So it should be wrap around, and it should be going to the left. And we'll make it go to the left. Horizontal left. And so now that we set it, go to the left. And maybe I should have set this up before I started, but that's fine. Usually this works fine. And then we'll do with cloud 2, and we'll make it go to the left, horizontal only, and there's no bounce. It's a wraparound. Okay, let's just say. All right, so this should be okay now. All right, let's go do, so we get the clouds going. Let's get the planes flying. Next step is we get the planes flying and then the cars moving. Actually, let's just do the cars. The cars should be the same process. You go to quick menu, or actually just go here to tools, find the animation control, and you click that. You get that screen, and what we'll do is we'll go car by car. So let's say red convertible, and we take a look. We see the red convertible down there at the bottom. So we click it, red convertible, and we make it go to the right and go to the right and horizontal only. And now the car, later on we can adjust their speed. For now we just let it go this way. Next is we'll do the next car, red car, and you can see it's highlighted, and we make it go to the left. So click it and go to the left, horizontal only, go. Next one, orange car. Orange car, we'll make it go to the right, and we'll make it go horizontal only. And the same thing for every car. Green car, horizontal only. And so on. Let me do you get the idea. That's how you get them all moving. Let's go to the charger, and we're gonna make it go left, horizontal. And next one is brown car. Make it go to the left and horizontal. And then the blue car, the last remaining car, is the blue car. Where is that blue car? The car, red, orange, green, charger. There you go, blue. And we make it go to the horizontal only. So now all these cars are moving. Let's adjust their speed. And what we'll do to do that, we click on the speed control. There's a speed button here right below the animation control. And we click the car, the blue car is clicked. We click it and we say set the speed. Let me close this. Or instead of doing it all at once, we could let's just go back here, set speed. So let's tap this car and we say the brown car, let's make it go faster. Go. Let's buy this convertible and we'll make it go faster. We say set speed. Sorry, not that. Okay, yes, this guy. Let's make the charger go faster. And so on. You can adjust the cars to your speed, to the way you like it. And let's do the orange car. Go here, make them really go fast, and so on. So now you get all these cars moving. Everybody, some of them moving fast, some of them slow, and so on. Okay, now next thing is we will get the planes taken off. Let me remove the thickness, the size menu, thickness, go away. And what we'll do is going to go to animation, and we will set the path. So we'll create a path for the planes to travel on. And, if you can do it by hand, let's do one by hand and one by... So there's two types of paths. One is called create path, one is create stroke path. A stroke path is really a stroke, which means a shape. So we can use a shape to make the planes follow. I found the pill shape to be pretty good for that. And so what I'll do is let me get the thickness, make sure I don't make it a line too big, good enough. And get the thickness away so it doesn't come in my way, and we'll draw a little shape like this. It just picks up the last color, but you don't care because you're gonna quick menu, you're gonna click the marquee, highlight the shape, highlight this shape. You wanna highlight. Okay, so you wanna highlight the pill that we just drew, and what we'll do is we're gonna say animation, and that shape is gonna disappear and becomes a number. The number is the path number that the plane will follow. So what we'll do is we're going to go to animation and we're going to find create stroke path. So once I click it, it becomes number 1, as you can see next to the airport tower. So that's where that plane is going to follow. So if we say follow path, actually, if you want to see the path, you can just highlight. You can see it. It's just double click it here and delete path. So you can see it. You can actually delete it if you wanted to. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna say follow path. Click this plane, and click the path. Click follow path. Click the plane, and you can see the plane is taken off. Let's adjust its speed. And the speed is gonna go to set speed, click on the plane and make it go fast. And let's do the next one. And you can create multiple paths. So let's do a different path for the other 2 planes. And we're gonna do set speed, click this guy, make him fast. And we're gonna create a new path. So we go animation, create a path, and we'll make this plane start from here, go all around, come up, follow this line, circle, come back, and then come back down here again. So what we'll do is we'll make that plane follow it. So follow the path 2. So we made this plane. You can see this plane now is going to follow the path. It's going to go up. And it will adjust it orients itself. It's going to follow the exact path that we drew. And we'll come back to the runway and start all over again. We can do the same for the other plane. And we say follow path, click this guy, click 2. And then this plane is going too slow, so let's just make it go really fast. And then, again, we can make them all go in a higher speed. And so we can adjust the speed, the word speed. And we adjust the word speed. We go to this word speed, and we make them all go fast. So you can see, now the thing is that the pedestrians are going too fast. You can adjust their speed by going into the menu here, or you can actually go into the physics menu, and you can do it this way. So you go to physics menu, and let's look at the people, man and a woman, and the man and woman are going too fast, and they're highlighted, as you can see there. And we go there, and we go say, let's make them so we can make their speed, animation speed, let's just say go slow, and you can see that they slow down. And you can do the same for the pilot, and we'll adjust his speed to slow. Not that one, animation speed. And for the stewardess, you can do the same. So you can adjust the speed of everybody independently. And we'll just make that stewardess it's good enough. Okay, it's good enough, so we can close this menu. And now you can see the animation, the cars, everybody's going in different direction. And the last thing we do is we will just make it rain and snow. And to do that, we go to animation, and we'll go to the top. And we can add smoke coming out of these planes if we wanted to. And then what we'll do is we will make it rain. So let's make it rain. And it's a heavy rain. And you can see that the rain is coming down. Actually, let's make it snow. And we're going to let the snow and the rain together. Let's see, I can do that. Actually, if I start accumulate, now you get snow and rain together. And it's all one shot. Anyway, this is the animation for today. There will be more tutorials that I will post later, but as you can see, those are cartoon characters. You can always turn those into human beings. You can actually upload your own pictures, and you can strip their background and use them. Have a good day.